So what's next on your schedule for
Shows or
shows?
I am doing a new convention in New Jersey.
Okay.
And then in March I'm doing
Hello.
Heliosphere up in New York.
Oh, okay.
Like it seemed like a YouTube
March
video.
is my.
Oh, really?
Probably more likely I've sat down and been like
Well, I know you were
across the table at you at Baltimore.
I know you were in the panel earlier today, in the audience earlier today, so you might have seen me there
5
partly.
years ago now.
Well, no, I was sitting in the panel going, I know.
Oh, that you know me from somewhere else? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. I've been here before, but actually it's been a couple of years. So, yeah. Oh, okay.
Spring and one in fall. So shoulder season, nice time to be down here on the beach because of,
I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any about anything.
I know, and
So
Jennifer,
I've been taking
my
those.
money
My
is
husband- so
very
it's hard
thin.
for
I understand.
me to get away.
I understand.
He was kind of grousing. He needed the break.
Yes, yeah, I've been doing Argents for a number of years actually, so last 4 or 5 have been in those.
To prepare him.
Yep.
And usually I'm his son. So when we're both at an event, I'm not
Sorry?
his
I
son.
wrote a song.
So,
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Is it like folk, rock? Like what is it?
Okay, this isn't clear. I can't read
Good,
it.
okay.
Well, it's
But yeah, so once he retires,
It's on Bandcamp.
probably going to
it's heavily illusionary.
Okay. I see.
And then he'll be doing this.
Yeah, Icarus has that effect on people, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's
I subbed.
that is hysterical.
2 weeks.
That's it.
Yeah, that was inspired. That came out about a year and a half ago. So
Because I don't know how
Make
it's
it
like
pretty
where you
again.
live. We're in a very
And what is this?
those are just I happen to play in a progressive rock band, so I brought a couple of CDs just on the off chance people might like that sort of thing. That's our first album. This is the second, which is a concept album, and the third one is due out in a few months. So
Okay, so what's the concept?
it's called Monomyth, so it's based obviously on the hero's journey, but it's more or less retelling a little bit of Dante's Inferno in modern circumstances. So Virgil's the guide and the whole 9 yards. So. You're a progressive rock band, you gotta have one concept album. It's like required by law.
Yeah, you might actually.
I might.
You were a person that was had read the book and was going to an event like this to learn how to market it.
Sir, I see in some.
That's true. I will be around all weekend.
I found my current one. My dad was the one who put I found her on
What's up, Stump?
a writer's website.
Oh, there we go. What's up, everyone? What have we got here? Oh, I got Shadowed and Stump. What's up, Stump? Stump, I got your, I have your poem finished. Your poem is finished. It's done. And I'm going to hopefully do it tomorrow if I can get the internet connection to be good enough during my Saturday stream. This is just an impromptu, I'm at the end of a hallway, a long hallway book fair. So that's what I'm doing.
So
Nice. It was all part of my plan, Rock On. I just waited until you were ready to play a game, and then I immediately went live so you wouldn't be able to.
right. There have been.
So yeah, so welcome to a very long hallway. I'll show you guys how long the hallway is.
Yeah. This is my story, and I'm sticking it. What? I'm Russian.
This is our book fair. It is very, very long.
I am part Russian, so yeah.
It is a very long hallway. Yeah. So I got a few books that I brought with me. I got me some. Got me some Gray Shade.
My family
Got me
was
some
Russian
Dragons,
nobility.
some Icarus. So
And my
I got a lot of books going on.
grandmother was
Hi there.
childhood friends with the Grand Duchess Anastasia.
Do you have any questions?
You have it both on CD and
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is I play in a progressive rock
Yeah,
band, so
me
this
and
is
Tommy just don't
that's just
get
sort of
along.
extra. I do have a audio drama of this, which is on that CD. Yeah. So
All right, so I'll have to look for you up to
Look for all of us up there.
Yeah, you'd be
Yeah,
in
that's
for a
what I'm
surprise
saying.
if you bought the book on DVD and it was your bid.
And it was actually that one. Yeah, I know. That's true. That's true. This actually is going to become an audiobook, and it's already been narrated and recorded. So down the line, it will be in audio form. So.
All right, well, thank you, Mr. Lewis.
Sure, my
I
pleasure.
make them with headbands too.
Hello, how are you? Yes, please. Yes, please. This is my business of writing nonfiction.
Books and CDs go together well. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm glad I actually got connection good enough to do this.
And it's
Hi there. How are you?
literally because I was published by New York publishers, an independent Canadian press, and now I'm doing a lot of independently published stuff. This is my advice from all of those sectors. So
Did you self-publish this book?
I did. No, yes, that is self-published. Yeah, in fact, everything here is self-published. This one was published, the first edition was published.
I got a
by
bunch of
HP
original
Books
Star
in
Trek series
2006.
fans here.
This
There
one,
was
the first
a guy was
edition,
walking along
and
with
those
one from
copies
like
are
episode
here.
2 or 3 or something like that. So,
Paper copies in advance.
Yeah.
And then you resell them.
so.
Yes, for this, yes. I ordered
But
the
anyway,
paper, yes.
but yeah, I'm glad that I managed to
On
get some
demand.
decent connection, and I got my full. Check it
This
out.
one, the first
Full
edition
battery
was published
pack.
in 1999.
See that?
By Simon & Schuster.
Full external battery
So-
pack. This is how I recorded the Bergen talk that I did, and did it without losing power. There's the power of this compels you, so that's what we're doing.
Others are anthologies.
But yeah, I don't have a lot. I have a couple. I have a few CDs from the band, and then I've got anthology novel and graphic novel with me. So I got Icarus Grey Shade by Dragon's Antho. So we'll see, if I sell anything or not. But like, I am way on the end. Like, you come in and there's like, you turn and then you have to go down past like 20 different authors before you actually get to me. So, we'll see. We'll see if anybody notices by the time they get down there.
Learn a little bit.
Come to.
How's the volume? Can you guys hear that music
Publishing in 2
from the dance party going on next door? Can you guys hear that?
One of the publishing panels, and we're going to be talking about that. So, thank you. Good luck with your work. Yes, this is my way of branching out. And with all of the various
It's in the background, yeah.
and estates and stuff that I've been
Oh,
involved in over the years.
that's this one.
My next nonfiction book
It's,
is going to be
assume that it wasn't mirrored. That's Grey Shade. Grey Shade is going to be an audiobook, although figuring out when and how to release it and everything is going to be interesting. I have to kind of plot that out in my head. But yes, there is a certain individual that we all know who is a voice actor who may or may not also role play on my channel several times a month, who may be a professional who's actually doing the audiobook. It's awesome too, by the way.
If you're not going
He's got, I think he's about 2/3 of the way done, but what I've heard is badass. He's no joke good.
And so it's useful to have it all,
Yep.
all the wisdom collected in it.
That is correct, Shadowed. Yeah, it's Trent. It's so good.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
man.
that's going to be my next nonfiction
me tell you.
project. But I got to get
And when you guys hear the intro video, Tren actually narrated part of the intro video for Esper Genesis. It's super legit. I even get some Bible verses in there, y'all. Bible verses. Yeah, exactly, Rock God. Right, exactly. Not just a bad friend. I'd be a bad producer. I know what I'm doing. I go get our vocalist,
Our
man.
books look better with a swing
what
of
they're
that
at,
under your
so.
belt.
I also want to show you guys, there's one little troubling bit of thing here, and it's just
like
because
to
they're
read?
staring me in the face. I just want you guys to see it. Right across the way from me, okay?
Well, there's an honest answer.
So they're like huge horse portraits. And I gotta be honest, it's a little nerve-wracking.
We do look better closer up.
Books like to be fondled.
That's right.
I am the author, editor, and contributor to
On this side of the
Yeah,
both. Sorry.
they're not in my bed yet, Rock God, but who knows?
Do you like to read?
Was he in a hotel when they found the horse's head? or was he somewhere else? Was he in the hotel, or was he like just in his bedroom at home? I don't remember.
Two novels currently on the table. Irish Elves in New York City.
And it makes sense because this particular area is sort of like racing county, so there's a lot of horse-related stuff, but it's just,
Okay.
it's like, horse! I'm like, Jesus. So,
I'm the senior editor of the Badass Fairies anthology, where we demystify fairy. And so this is an expansion of my stories in series.
in his big-ass house. Is it? Is it? Okay. I wasn't sure if it was there, if it was in the hotel.
Well, you wouldn't have bought this one because this is the anniversary edition. This is
See, now people are starting to gather, so this is good. If we can get some more people down this way.
the first four.
What I'll probably do in a little while is I'll probably go wander, and I'll wander up and show you guys some of the
That's okay.
goings on down farther. But if you keep hearing me stop talking to you and say things like, "Hey, how you doing?" It's because I'm
Most
talking to
of
people
what
who
I
are
write
checking
is
out books. So
historical, based with elements of fantasy, action, adventure, romance. This is book 1 and book 2 in my Arthurian Legends series. So this is my Guinevere character, and you can actually like her in my
oh yeah,
stories.
you're chatting about
for a
metal with
change.
Terry. Is Terry talking about undead unicorns?
So that's what it is. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because my
my
understanding is that
character
that's Terry
very
Toon's interest is
different
basically
in this series.
undead unicorns now.
Merlin from the BBC
With Glory
Merlin
Hammer,
fanfic,
I think it's called.
Okay.
Glory
Yeah,
Flower.
no, see, and my
No, I am by myself, but I don't mind. I mean, the thing is, the book fair is all in one hallway, so basically I can walk down and still be able to look back. And if someone like runs by and like starts cackling and grabs books and runs, you know.
right.
What's up, Echo Alpha?
On it before I even got into Merlin, and
Right.
it's just kind of like, okay, well now I gotta start reading more of it to make sure I'm actually getting things right.
Nice, nice.
And then it was just kind of like, wait a minute here.
Cool, Echo. What's up, man?
So, in this
Hey, Stain, what's up?
series, Gwen's
Not currently
Gwen's a
talking about
good
that.
person.
I am
This
in
one,
I'm in Baltimore. I am at the book fair. What's up,
Yeah.
J-Rab?
Yeah.
I am in the book
Yeah.
fair at
Yep.
Farpoint. I'm at the Farpoint convention this weekend. And I'm going to have my normal stream tomorrow night. I hope, although the upload download
And see,
is
and
bad.
that was the whole.
Download is
I mean, the
1.3,
troubadours were the
upload is
storytellers of the
1.5.
day.
I've
And
streamed
they
that
had
way
to
before,
please
but
their
it's
patrons, or
dicey. So
in some cases,
I'm doing Pool of Radiance
patronesses.
anyway,
And
but
when the
it's
patron
going to be
wanted
low
the
quality.
juicy bits, the
But I'm going to
patron
try.
would
But
get
anyway, that'll be
juicy
tomorrow.
bits.
But today I'm here from 10 to 12 at this book fair. I had a panel already, which went really well, and then I had a reading, which went well too. And my short story that I did on my creative writing stream a couple weeks ago is submitted, Consolidation of Canis. So it's in the list. It's one of 12 entries. So we'll see. People are hopefully reading it and voting on it, and they're going to announce the winner tomorrow. So we'll see if my story did pretty well for itself.
The two twins are.
Thanks, Dane.
Arthur.
Oh, I appreciate that, man.
and Ian's
Well, I'm going to be
daughters.
back.
Her name
I'll
is
be back
Fiona
streaming
Moore.
tomorrow night, and then obviously next week I'll be back
And so this
in
takes place,
Phoenix
this is
Studios back
actually
home.
going to be-
But
this is the genesis of what's eventually going to be book
Karaoke.
6 in the
But,
series.
yeah, man, it's good to see you.
So this takes place about 20 or 30 years.
my camera's going to be
after
8-bit as well.
the events
Well,
of
this
book.
is because
So
like
this is my.
I'm just in a
The way the product description reads
This is like-
if you think you know how Camelot felt, read Dwarf.
this is just like I'm in
Because I
a
base
hallway,
it on
which is better lit than it
several of
shows
the
here.
ancient Welsh
But this camera, I think,
tribes
just
that
doesn't have a lot.
mention Arthur and Guinevere
Also, someone
and
is singing
Guinevere's,
Desperado.
Father, and and all of this, and so it's. But I do it from the perspective of their daughters.
Desperado.
So.
So we'll see.
So yeah,
I brought my
you've got the
C920
false
though.
Guinevere, and you've
So
got
at least
Feast
the,
of Hungry Man are the two main
The
legends.
overall quality will be fine. How much it actually
Gems for
streams
that.
at, like what
So,
bits.
and that's only $5.
I don't know.
That's a cheap investment.
How you doing?
So, no, everything I've got here is discounted for the convention this weekend.
So are you guys still going to be here for the entire weekend?
Yeah, I have a deal. My dealer table.
Tell 'em to do a free bird.
If you go up to the top of the escalator, you'll see my.
You hear the woman
my
speaking
table
over the
is,
music?
Like, backed
Yeah.
up to the escalator.
She's working it. She's working it.
I think we have
I need a Desperado cowboy hat.
asked me for a while. And I think a couple of us just kind of sitting down, just
Well, the guy's committed. He's committed to the song.
This
So
one's one of these.
that's cool though,
things. It's
Eka.
not like the others.
Good luck
I
with
took
it.
Mark Twain's
I hope that it is as
Connecticut
comfortable as you
Mark
hoped.
Twain. Pretended to be
I don't know what
Mark
you mean by a
Twain
bad
and wrote the
vibe from the
sequel.
seller, though. Does that mean he's
So
giving you
the
bed bugs,
setup
or
is
what does that
Morgan
mean?
Le Fay is the only major character. Go ahead and help yourself. She's the only major character. Yet, well,
You need some for the other kid.
he didn't kill her off, so she's upset that the Yankee has messed up her world. So she tries to cast a spell to get to Connecticut.
Oh, we have a set of people-
79, but it misses by 300
What did the dogs-
miles
I know,
for
right?
200 years, and she lands in the middle
Exactly,
of the Maryland
exactly right.
Renaissance Fair in 2079. So it is my science fiction fantasy crossover.
I had her done
And
a
if you
job.
flip through, you'll see more than 100 unique illustrations that I commissioned for this book. The digital version has only 15. Otherwise, I'd be paying Amazon to give you the book.
This is a new hotel. I think they may have been here last year, but it's most of the time when I've been to Farpoint, they went to another hotel. And this hotel basically feels like 4 different hotels, all from the 70s, all put together. So, like, getting to this place is like you go up, down, over, around, through, like it's like a sprawling metropolis, but it's like 2 floors. So it's an interesting hotel.
To 19th century grammar punctuation.
Here, I'll give you guys another look at the hallway.
And I do have paperback versions with me here too. So that's the only one that I have in hardcover as well as paperback. And the print, the interiors are the same, it's just the covers.
A little bit later, we'll head down and I'll show you guys what we got there.
Well, it got a great review from Publishers Weekly. You know, and it just and it won an award in 2016. Yes, that was IBPA, Independent Book Publishers Association.
This is my solo.
And as I said,
Hello.
because
How are
it's
you?
the whole package with the illustrations. Yeah.
No, this is part of a.
And I am not the artist.
Yeah. Hey, Stephen, how are you?
All right, how's it going?
All right.
Glad you're back.
Thank you. I'm happy to be back. Thank you.
It was a husband and wife team who lives in Tennessee.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it's good. You guys got a good setup and some people starting to come in, so it's good.
Tom Dineski.
Actually, I'm missing 2, but I've gained 1.
Okay.
So glad that we were able to get.
Thank you.
Oh, we got a raid
As I
coming
said,
up.
I've got
Hello, Scraticus.
upstairs. I didn't bring them with
Thank
me
you,
down here,
guys.
but upstairs I have more short
I'm not doing the
stories
signing.
that
I'm
I
actually
offer,
doing a book fair right now. I'm at a conference, but this part of it is a book fair, Stay Monkey. And thank you for the raid, guys, for the hosting the raid. I appreciate it, Scraticus. What's up? Hello,
But
Stolpen.
yeah, but find me. And this is my daughter. In fact, my daughter. I got a brag.
I'm going to be dividing my attention because when people come by, I'm going to have to talk to people about selling some books.
Doing anything?
But thank you guys for being here, you guys. This is a book fair. Yes, I'm at a conference, but I'm doing a book fair right now from 10 to 12. So this is like an in real life, in a big hallway, type of thing.
Each one of these.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably fine, the next 5. But thank you, Scraticus, for the host and the raid. I appreciate it, man. And hello, Valdranth, and hello, Stolpen. And hello, Geeky Tea Party. Greetings. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the book fair of Farpoint.
And she also did 2 drawing. By this time, she had graduated from high school. So the 2 drawings that I'm combined.
Yeah, so thank you. So not much gaming going on tonight, guys. Gaming will be happening tomorrow, but instead we've got a book fair. So I got my books here.
And then I also
Got some Gray Shade going on. Got some Dragons going on. My anthology. Got my 2 CDs. Got my Icarus going on right there. And if anybody buys enough, they get this limited edition Time Travel Tales deck of cards with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the other side. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of quality you can't get. Yeah. Quick retreat, people start flooding me. Yeah, exactly, Ben. Exactly. Sure, you can have a book, Valtrin. Just come to Baltimore, Maryland. Come to Baltimore and hit me up, man.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah, Scraticus. I really, the mobile thing from Twitch is really good. I have to say their mobile app's really good. Their mobile streaming.
Right.
Nice, X5. So you just go straight to Baltimore, man. You go straight to Baltimore, and we're all good.
But this one,
I got you.
because of all the
I got you.
art, yeah, you have to. If you want to get
Yeah, the fair
art,
part is free. We get this as we get our own table, so.
I don't know. They're like $2.99, $3.99 or something.
The only problem about my location is that I'm way down at the end of the hall, like way at the end of the hall. So that's the only problem, is that by the time people get here, they may all sort of like peel off before they get any closer. So we'll see. Oh my God, someone is doing Call Me Maybe.
You know, I thought I was like that too very much, and I never thought I would get into reading on
Yes,
my
if you
phone.
go to Amazon, you can get a copy of Icarus, and you can get a copy of my CDs on CD Baby. You won't be able to get a copy of Gray Shade at the moment for reasons I can't get into, but it's not going to be available on E.
Because it's a different
That will be
format.
addressed, I hope, sooner rather than later, but it's a long story. But you may still be able to get some, might be able to find some used copies of Gray Shade. You can also, I have like 4 here, which are my last 4 copies, so we'll see if I sell through these, but yeah. So, but more is coming. Anyone who's been focusing on the not-so-secret group of people
And this one,
may notice.
So I got my start with New York publishers. The first edition of
My
this
formal,
was
yeah, it is, like,
by Simon & Schuster, and the first edition of Liberty was published in 2006.
I don't know why it's that dark. It's not that dark in here,
This
but I'm
one
wearing
is now
basically
under
like,
development as an audiobook.
let me use the better camera.
And between me and the audiobook producer, we're finding typos that went back to the original New York edition that weren't even caught by.
I don't know how much you guys can see, but I got my vest, I got my pocket watch, I got the black tie. It's a dark purple though. It's dark purple, dark black. It's winter formal, right? You know.
J.E. Robb ones, those are the romantic suspense, right? Yeah.
The family that she built in that series
Yep.
is just amazing.
Yep.
Well, I got to
Thank you. Thank you, Scraticus, thank you.
and there was a typo.
Thank
Oh, no.
I've also got,
Don't usually find them in her.
the
This one though.
right,
If I
and
remember where it was, I'd tell you. And not
actual
right,
functional,
Right, that's right.
And it was a simple one.
there we go, functional right there,
A word switch.
actual pocket watch,
Homophone.
Right.
And it's just kind of like.
no joke. Oh, thank you, Valdrian. Thank you, Valdrian. Oh, it's very sweet of you. Thank you, man.
And two,
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thanks. Wow, see, I made a sale, not even here. I made a sale with you guys. That's awesome. Thanks. Am I going to do any singing after? I don't know. You know, I'm not. If they're doing Call Me Maybe, that may not be
you
my
need to find Dad.
may not be my bag. You know,
You've got to.
kind of more traditional.
You'll have to find
I would dig
Dad.
your 6-pen cap. Is that the one that you sent the picture of, X5? The 6-pence cap, like the Newsboy deal?
No, but see, Mom pays for
Oh, rock god, man. Pocket watches. What's up? What's up, Nonstop?
No, with my-
Stop draining my money. Oh, you can find those. Well, first of all, I'll show them to you. That is The Road, The Drift. That's my first CD. This is my second CD. Like that. Also, I think Stump, if I'm not mistaken, I have to look again, but Stump, I think by virtue of your support of the Patreon, I think you get a copy of one of my band's albums, actually. So I need to double check that, but I'm pretty sure you get a copy of one of these albums. So you need to make sure you check the Patreon and make sure that you get me your address so that I can send you a copy of one of these. But beyond that, you can also get it on CD Baby. Third album is coming out within the next, I would say 3 months is pretty safe. Like within 3 to 4 months, it'll be out. Where the last song is being mixed now. So I'd say within 3 months it'll be out. But thank you, Rock God. Rock God was the guy who did the photography. He did the photo shoot for us when we did a live show in September. And we have hopefully another live show coming up in early March, but down here in New York. Well, not here in Baltimore, but up where I live in New York. So, thank you, Shadow.
But in their case, it's a switch.
Thinking the same, what was this? I'm a giant. What's up, Dragon? How you doing, man? Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. The cat you DM me on Discord. Yeah, the sofa bed, I can't look at it right now because I'm on mobile. So if I try to look at it, it's going to screw up the mobile app. So I'm sorry. Otherwise, I would totally look at it. I'll have to check it out later on. When I'm going back over the video, like when I'm back in my hotel room or whatever, I'll look at it. I'm talking down to you. Well, I can hold you up here. Dramatically. In fact, I'll probably go down here in just a second. I'll probably head down and I'll probably head down and let you guys see what we've got.
Dragons, and pirates. I do a lot of anthologies where I submit.
I am an only child, but my husband is not. So I get the sibling.
I was.
Yeah, right.
Except for the fact that I would have had to break. That's the only good thing he ever did for me. He had the children.
He continued the family line.
Yes, exactly. He had a boy, he had a girl.
It is interesting how people, like, I ended up bringing down, I have my roll bag with me, like my duffel bag basically. So I had my duffel bag full of books that I brought.
He did his duty.
And so, yeah. You enjoy eavesdropping on these conversations? Yeah, you know, it's funny, like, listening to some of the conversations that happen, I sometimes pick up stuff. And before I went live, I actually had some people over at my table chatting, and then we got into a slow period. And then I was like, well, let me pop up the live thing and see if it works, and it does. So
Correct. That's correct. Yeah.
hello. How are you? Let me know if you have any questions about
Upstairs,
stuff.
next to the escalator.
Yeah,
Right
well,
at the top of the escalator.
so tell me about your book.
Tell me about your stuff. Well, Icarus, which you mentioned before, is a graphic novel that was originally released as a regular novel, and then it was transformed essentially into a graphic novel. It came out about a year and a half ago about a young man with wings who falls into the heart of a dormant volcano with no memory of anything but his name and the creatures that he meets there. You can feel free to take a look if you like. And art was done by two people, Matt Slay and Mark Dos Santos. And there's also an audio thing, which is actually what that CD is, that's associated with it. So that is done pretty well. We're sequel hopefully later this year.
Is this what you want to do, a graphic novel or a comic?
Awesome. So how did you connect up with these artists?
I met them actually at another convention. This convention that you see there, Origins, I actually met a group of people, including a publisher and an artist who did some short story illustrations for us.
I'm already not.
What's the convention called?
Oh, sorry, it's called Origins. That's in Columbus, Ohio every year. It is, and it has a writer's track. So I ended up meeting up with them, and I started speaking to them about the art of the piece, and he had some good ideas for what he wanted to do with it, and so we started working together. We had a script done and the whole 9 yards. In fact, the script was done by Keith DeCandido, who's about 5 tables down that way, that you'll see.
I went to the desk and got someone to come up.
I was going to suggest you just take some picture of it.
Oh, well, either way. Either way is fine.
Same hallway as ours or no?
Someone on the third floor was complaining about too much.
At first we were in the big
Yeah, a lot of these conventions are places where you can connect with authors, with artists, especially if you go to one of the Comic-Cons, but even the sort of so-called regular gaming or writing conventions have a good number of them now.
There's an elevator, but I'm not sure which, like, not all the elevators go to that floor. No, just the one out.
Yeah, I'm hunting for some, a comic book type artist.
Right.
See if he was looking for ideas.
Right. Yeah, well, a lot of them, these places, especially in the artist alley and stuff like that, are sometimes looking for storytellers. Sometimes they have their own ideas too. So it's usually just making the connection. That's the key. Yeah.
So is this an audiobook?
That is an audiobook. It was actually a full audio drama. It was done with 2 professional voice actors and also with a professional musician who set the whole thing to music. That came out amazingly well. I was really happy with that.
Collaboration, or did you pay them?
I did pay them, but I know them pretty well. Like, they actually work with me on some other things, so I do know them pretty well. But I did pay them for it, yeah. So that came out really well.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet. And you can buy that on Amazon?
You can buy it on Amazon. It's available on Audible. Yep.
It's on Audible.
It is on Audible. Yep.
So what do you
So
like?
I'm a big Audible fan.
Oh, good.
I'm always looking for stuff on
Yes, it is available. If you look up my name and Icarus and audiobook, they're all connected on the same page, so they're all linked up there.
In fact, for my Facebook page, can I get a picture of you and me together holding up your book?
Sure, absolutely.
If
want me to-
this thing will...
I don't know.
It'll be fine. I will take the picture.
I don't know. I actually haven't been up
You want me to come out from behind?
It's
Or?
this whole damn live thing.
since we changed it.
Well, I turned off my light.
How do I turn it off?
I can ask you.
No, that's just...
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's off now. Sure that.
All right.
Here, hold up your book. Let's...
Yeah, it was fun. I almost thought I had lost this.
All right.
So you need those
See, when I do it right, it
It
works.
works perfectly. Seemed right?
Yes, live off, I think that's lots
I
good.
don't
My pleasure.
CD, I'm going to buy a copy of that.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks.
The first,
Just need to put something over it that says seconds rather than minutes.
right? The first time
Is
I
it
was
science
a guest
fiction or is
author
it
at
fantasy?
Farpoint.
I would call it Slipstream. It takes place in the heart of this huge dormant volcano on another planet. So it's science fiction-y, but really it reads more fantastical, I would say. Yeah. So I would call it Slipstream, would be the
I said
term.
to the audience, that's my daughter. And she's been doing this
All right,
forever.
I've just been featured on that dude's
And
Facebook.
Pamela said, yeah, I remember when she was not tall enough to even see the...
Yes, there is an audio drama. It's this thing right here, Stain Monkey. This thing
I'm working with two
is
boys.
available on Audible, and you can actually find it on the Amazon page with the rest of Icarus. So it's available right there.
Hey,
Excuse me.
One step closer to home. Yeah, Slipstream. You guys don't know that term? Slipstream means basically something which isn't easily classifiable. You can't really classify it as fantasy or science fiction. So it's called Slipstream because it has sort of elements of both. And I would say that Icarus has elements of both. It never really took off as a huge term, like a term that everybody uses, but still. Slipstream is...
you're welcome.
James Patrick Kelly and some other writers like that first came up with the term. And I still use the term, but I wouldn't say that it's an obvious... Like, if you say urban fantasy, everybody knows what that is, or epic fantasy. Slipstream, not as much, but people in the industry know it. So epic fantasy, so Slipstream.
Okay. Well, this is my fantasy science fiction.
So you guys have all been now, you realize that you got a chance to actually see the pictures. There's actually a cool story about this. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but so this book,
The setup here is
I first read an excerpt of this back at World Fantasy back in 2009. And I had a guy come up to me years later at Worldcon a couple years ago, like 7-8 years later. And he came up to me and he wanted me to sign that book. And he said, I've been wanting you to sign this copy since I heard you do an early draft of it back in 2010. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I was one of like 15 people in the audience when you did that reading, and I really thought it was cool. And I followed you, and so when the book came out, I bought it. So I signed this book for a guy, the excerpt of which I had read like 7 years earlier. It was the coolest thing.
This
It
is
was
one
awesome.
of the Renaissance Fair scenes. The other one,
Yeah, it was really cool, man. It was super cool.
it's the boss pretending it's an actor.
Yeah, Stump. Audible can be dangerous, right? It can suck you down the well. So, Stump, did you hear? I didn't catch that because the guy came over when I was talking. Did you hear what I said, Stump, about that? I'm pretty sure you get a copy of one of these 2 CDs. I got to look again, but I think you're entitled to that because of the Patreon support. So let me just, I'm not going to be able to check it until I get home. But if you can check the Patreon, you take a look because I think you do. So if you give me your address, I will send you a copy. Either this,
And that is
which is the one Rock God knows of, or this, which is my second one, Monomyth, which is so dark that you can't read it, but it's a staircase. I promise.
King Arthur sort of fan. Have you read the series by
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty sweet.
handfasted to Jim Morrison back in the day? Her name's Patricia Neely. She was a writer for Rolling Stone magazine.
He backed at 25
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure you're
think
back to
so.
25.
It's been so long. A lot of
Fairly old series.
yeah.
But she did too. One about King Arthur.
Okay, thanks, Stump. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I will.
And then
Thank
the
you,
other
dude.
one was about her as a
Yeah, Monomyth, and you know, the third album is coming out better and better the more I hear the mixing of it. I'm excited about the third album. I feel like it's a different sound, but I feel like it's a good sound for us too, so it's cool.
Right.
You know, considering how many lineup changes and things the band's been through, and the band's been together for over 15 years now, and now all three of the guys have at least 2 kids and all have doctorates and day jobs, I'm pretty proud of the fact that we're almost got a third album out. It's not bad.
And so
It's not bad, considering.
this Liberty was published by HQN Books in 2006, but now I'm independently publishing things. But yeah, I began my publishing career with a mission.
They're now
to
doing Only the
redeem
Good Die Young in the Hall.
From 15 centuries of bad press.
right.
So we've had Call Me Maybe, Desperado,
No.
Only the Good Die
You know,
Young.
she just had bad press.
It does. The third album has Despair, yeah. It has Despair, it has Lament, it has Reasons Why, yeah. Despair, I think, actually is the opening. Is it? Yeah, I think it's the opening track on the album, actually. Shadowed is Despair. My daughter was like, why are all your songs on this album depressing, Daddy? Because they're all like Despair, Lament, you know, Reasons Why, Descent. I'm like, I was kind of in a rough place when we were writing the lyrics for it. I don't know what to tell you. A couple years ago. Oh, look at this! Look at this, people. Do you recognize who this is? That is Timothy Zahn, people. Any Star Wars fans in the house? Do we have any Star Wars fans in the house? Any Thrawn trilogy fans? That's Tim Zahn right here. He's their guest of honor. Not Tolkien, no. That would be quite an impressive feat, Dragon. Even for Tolkien. What's that? Yeah.
His brother was at the battle, and all of us missed it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, Stump. Yeah, I'll do that. Yep. If you send that to me, I will accept the friend request when I get back to the hotel tonight, and then you can send me that. Thanks, dude. Oh my God. Timothy's on. You love Tim Zahn?
There was a running gun battle by folks, and he counted the shots to make sure he gets.
Well, if you guys get lucky, and I can figure out a way if he swings over this way, I might ask him a question or two. So get your questions ready. I can't promise, because he may have other stuff he's got to do, but I've been on a couple of panels with him. You've never heard of him? He's part of, like, he wrote one of the most important, like, canon Star Wars books, which is the Thrawn trilogy. The writer of the true sequel trilogy. Hi, Tim. How are you?
How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there.
They got you down at the.
They put us down at the very far end of the hall. I'm actually.
Karaoke doesn't reach.
I know. It's true.
They can get past that, they'll keep going.
I know it's true. So I'm actually live streaming on my Twitch channel, which deals with story and narrative, and I have no less than 5 people that were like, "Is that Timothy Zahn?" So this is in fact Timothy Zahn, right there.
Hello, everyone.
You can see him. Does anybody have a question? You have him for like 2 seconds. You have him for like 2 seconds. He's a guest of honor and very busy. I just had literally up here.
This time of night, but
Well, let's see.
Do you have a question?
We did. I thought we did just a second ago. There we go. It said, folks.
Crouch down next to him so you can see it better.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm like leaning around.
If he came over by you, it would be a little bit easier.
Well, the first person first said the writer of the true sequel trilogy.
Thank you very much.
Tim, you were amazing.
Thank you.
All right, Rock, this is your chance. Throw a question at him. What do you think of the story of The Last Jedi? That you could get away with saying, well, you know, you tell
I was
me.
underwhelmed.
Underwhelmed.
They've got to get somebody in there who understands military tactics in space. but mostly I was disappointed at the Luke we saw was not the one we left at the end of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I think they needed to do better by him.
Do you think was Force Awakens better for you in that regard? Well, he didn't have any Luke, obviously, but I mean, like Force Awakens, did it have a better feel for you, or not really?
No, not really.
Okay.
I have some of the same complaints with both movies.
Yeah.
What worries me is it seems to be the directors playing, not running to a general script that everybody is supposed to be following,
right,
but making up their own.
Right.
Which works fine with standalone or like Ryan Johnson's new trilogy. He gets to control that.
But in a sequel that, you know.
A 3-movie series is supposed to be one coherent story.
Right.
In 3 parts. I see a lot of we're setting things up in movie 1 that are just tossed aside in movie 2.
Yeah.
It concerns me. You know, see what happens.
Do you think there's any chance that that Thrawn could show up in a film? Do you think
there is 5 years ago I would have said no chance at all. Now it's a very small
see there is a chance.
Well, the thing is, because Thrawn and everything I've written is owned by Lucasfilm, as it should be, they don't have to ask permission or tell me or sadly pay me anything extra if they use a character.
Do you think they would? I mean, would they bring you in as a consultant maybe? Like, would they maybe?
Rebels, they were well into production of season 3 before they told me they could throw Thrawn into a movie without ever telling me until I walk into the theater. I would hope they would.
Yeah, I would hope so too.
But I could get no notice whatsoever.
Such a great character.
My first notice could be from our son who's on the Eastern time zone, who will have seen the movie by the time we see it on the West Coast.
Great, so he's like your man on the inside, so to speak. It's such a great character. We love you, Timothy Zahn. Is there a chance for a standalone Luke Skywalker movie or refilming the prequels?
I have no idea what Lucasfilm is planning on any of those.
I don't know.
However, if you looked at, people have done a picture of Sebastian Stan with Luke's hair from Empire Strikes Back.
Which makes you wonder,
It is stunning how close he looks to Mark Hamill that age. So if they decided to do a Luke Skywalker solo movie, they got the actor for it.
What's your take on Solo, speaking of that?
I have not seen any of the trailers.
Okay, you haven't. I was wondering.
No, I have. I've been very busy the last few weeks, finishing up.
Sure.
So I haven't seen the trailer. I will wait and see what they come up with.
Okay. So that's Thrawn should have his own movie.
Ron Howard's always a good choice for director.
Thrawn movie written by Zahn or Riot. Okay, well that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Okay, one or two more guys, and then I'm going to let him go. Let's see. Let's see if I scroll down. Oh, what is your next book?
Book
that they would know about, or that they were going to know about.
Okay, the next book coming out next month, March, is A Call to Vengeance, the third Manticore Ascendant book I'm writing with David Weber.
Right.
Was released a while back, but they
in July, Thrawn Alliances comes out, the sequel to Thrawn.
Yeah.
Sometime later in the summer, the second Sybil's War book comes out. First was Pawn, this one is King.
Okay.
I'm not saying Knight.
Right. Okay.
And next Wednesday, the first of 6-part Thrawn adaptation by Marvel Comics is coming out.
Nice. That one I hadn't known about, actually.
Yeah,
that's cool.
6 part comes out. First part comes out Valentine's Day, because as the editor commented to me, nothing screams romance like Thrawn.
Right, exactly. No, I mean, exactly. Romantic hero. Are you happy with the art on that? Are you pleased with it?
What I've seen of it looks very nice.
Okay.
And apparently the woman who's doing the adaptation is also very good at this.
Oh, cool.
So I've seen a little bit. I haven't gotten a full. They're supposed to be sending me some copies.
Yeah.
And since it comes out next week, I'll hopefully get them as soon as I get home.
Oh, that's neat. That's neat. We have a lot of.
That's going to be cool.
We have a lot of comic fans as well. Are your books counted as Star Wars canon? Not well.
Not only Thrawn at this point.
Only Thrawn.
Right. Everything else is still Legends.
Okay.
However, the fact that Thrawn, the character, is now canon, means that the Thrawn trilogy, I used to use the example, it's like a legend of Robin Hood.
Right.
You know, somebody may not exist, but we still write movies and books about Robin Hood and
Right.
King Arthur and such. So now that Thrawn is canon, instead of a legend of Robin Hood, it's more like a legend of Davy Crockett. In other words, story about someone who does really exist.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's still legends, but it's kind of moved up a step.
Yeah.
in
That's
legends.
well. That's
Bear in mind, it's a fictional universe, so
Yeah.
we're talking.
No, it's
canon.
absolutely It's absolutely
I
100%.
note that being in an angle like that makes me a Batman villain from the '60s.
No, but that's you have no idea how much this is building the hip cred, with them as well. Thrawn movie hype. All right, well I'm gonna let
be a Batman villain.
I'm gonna let Tim go because I don't want to hold him on here. But thank you, Tim.
Okay,
It's
that's very
impromptu, but since they're here, and I talk about story and narrative on this channel all the time because so that's why. So thank you.
Thank you all for tuning in.
Are you going to be at Origins this year?
Yes.
Or okay, excellent. I will
Save
be
up
there
the
as well.
questions. I'll be there at Origins. We'll run through a few more.
Nice, absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, Tim. I appreciate it.
Can I borrow $25?
Borrow, as in you're going to give it back to me?
Thank you. They'll sail on that for the rest of the night. They'll sail on that for the rest of the night. So thank you.
You can't use credit.
All right, see?
They're only taking cash.
What is it? Can I ask? Or is it a gift?
No, it's a non-fiction book about exoplanets.
Okay.
Pretty good, right?
I go up to the ATM.
See, look what I deliver for you
Yeah,
guys.
'cause this is
You thought
fine.
you were just going to
Yeah,
watch
that's
me
fine.
sitting in my
Gotta
dark
be
little
cheap.
corner, but instead I bring you the creator of Thrawn. Yeah, it was nice of him. But as I say, I've been on panels with him before. Hello. How are you?
At any rate.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm fine, except for I'm losing my voice and losing the signs, but it's okay.
Oh, I see.
Yes, yes.
Understandable. Oh, you're the professional minion. All right then. Okay.
Either.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Okay.
Well, I guess you're losing your voice on his behalf, sort of. You're kind of like the avatar somehow as a professional minion.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I
So, like,
called the masses in,
cross the
and I
border
said,
to get away from the draft? Or?
I know you're there. I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
That's the goal.
Yes, yes.
Someday when I level up high enough, I hope to have a professional minion also. So that'll be a great day.
I work for food.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
So don't think, oh my God, I can't afford this. No. Just find someone with low standards and
Great.
yes.
I'll do that.
Kind of like
Yes.
the Carrie Fisher,
It's like,
Debbie
no,
Reynolds thing.
you need someone to help and
I am so sorry.
run the food. Righty.
That sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan.
2017, I
That's funny.
lost my dad in March.
Right, I will.
His younger sister passed away in May. My cousin's wife's mother died around Thanksgiving time. We were like, by the end of all of that, we were so glad to see.
So were you happy with that, Rock God? That was just for you, man.
No, it's
Well, it was
like-
just for everyone. It was very nice of him.
But now with
Tim's a
the
nice
whole
guy.
mess with Tom
I actually was supposed to be interviewing him at Origins last year, like in front of an audience. And then I don't know if you guys remember, but I got horrifically sick, like a terrible stomach flu. Like I was basically like out of commission for 5 days, and I completely missed Origins. So it ended up that they had another person come in, which sucked because I was like, "Arr." And I actually read the Thrawn trilogy in preparation for that interview, which I never ended up doing. But anyway, so I got a chance to throw some questions at him. But it is interesting to hear some of the people who were part of the extended universe and what they feel about having been shifted into Legends. And it's interesting that Thrawn got his own space like carved out. I would not be surprised to see him show up in a film. I mean, he's already been in Rebels. I would not be so shocked at all. Yeah, someday. You met a legendary NPC. Yes, you did, nonstop. Yes, you did.
I'm a big city person because
Yes,
I
you did.
grew up in the Seattle area. I like living.
Good job, guys, on coming up with questions quickly. I wasn't expecting that, so that worked out.
Sorry, I got a tickle. Because you got the confluence of 81 and 77. So like I can be in Nashville. Well, let's see, what is it? Knoxville in 4 hours. I can be in Cincinnati in like 8 hours. I can be in Atlanta in.
All right, so in a
7
minute here, I will
hours.
swing
I can be
down.
here in
What are we
5
doing
to
on
6
time?
hours. You know, it's just.
Okay,
we're within
so in a few
striking
minutes, it'll be about
distance of
halfway through the time here, and then I'll run down and take a look down here and say hi to some people.
Davis. Charlotte.
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure. I'd have to double check, Jay. I'm pretty. I don't because I don't watch Rebels, but I'm pretty sure he was well received because Thrawn is one of the. He's a great character. I realized after reading that first of the Thrawn books that I saw why people liked him so much because it's nice, clear writing, just very clear, good movement, and Thrawn's an interesting character. And frankly,
so it's worthwhile.
If you compare him to sort of like the Huxes of the world, you can see why. No. And again, I'm not down on The Last Jedi, but I actually listened to this thing called The Mauler. If you guys check out on YouTube, he actually has a Twitch channel too. But Mauler, and he did this 3-part critique of The Last Jedi. It's devastating. Like, there are a few things I don't agree with him on, but I would say a good 70% of it is just really well done. And as I say, I liked the movie, but I didn't adore it, and these are basically the reasons why, so I was impressed. Also, side note, I will be doing an interview, not on Twitch, but I'll be doing an interview for Speculate tomorrow with David Mack, who's a Star Trek writer, and who just had a new book come out called The Midnight Front. And I'm going to be chatting with him tomorrow. I was on a panel with him earlier today, and I'm going to be chatting with him tomorrow. And our good friend Turbo Tango, also known as Capoeirist Mike, will be here too. So we will have all the things.
I'm going to be doing that heliosphere and another show that I haven't said whether or not.
So what do you like to read?
Yeah.
Like I said, it varies. Right now, I'm doing right now.
Oh, is everyone still with me, or did chat down? Oh, there we go.
Waiting for next Empire Bones with Terry Mixon.
Can us plebes see that anywhere? Yeah, it'll be uploaded on Speculate after Mike and I do the interview. It's not going to be a video interview; it'll be an audio. But we'll upload the audio interview probably. My guess is when we record it, I will then send it off to Eric E. Parker, who's our audio editor, and then E. Parker will send it to Kilobyte, who handles a lot of stuff for us with website posting, and then he will post it. So my guess would be either this coming week, or because that's a fast turnaround, the week after is when we release it. So we're going to have that. And then we have some cool surprises down the line of things that we're going to be doing. Also planning on doing The Last Wish, because I really like that book, as I told you. So Mike and I are going to be doing probably a triptych of shows on The Last Wish that'll be coming soon also.
A couple of different short stories that are in here that are...
Is with you. Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure.
Same characters at different points, and she's supposed to be writing a full novel.
So much I'm supposed to be writing.
Okay, so when we get this next set of people down here, then I will stand up and walk down that way and see what we
Well, I don't
have.
write military science fiction, but most of my novels are historical and have military action and hand-to-hand combat and all of that kind of stuff in it.
Yeah, the author guest of honor was Tim, who you just heard from. But the media guest of honor
It's kind of hard to
was
write about the
Nina.
Arthurian legends and not talk about those battles.
Oh gosh,
and
she
describe
played.
them.
We have one that goes kind of crazy.
Oh yeah, I hear you, man.
All the Transformers last night.
Yeah. Nana Visitor. If you don't know who that is, Nana Visitor played Kira on Deep Space Nine.
All right.
She was the Bajoran lieutenant or whatever, the second in command on Deep Space Nine. So she's the media guest here. And, yeah.
Yes, that's why I want to see it. I just haven't had a chance yet.
Yep. Nana Visitor. Yep.
Actually, I like the Arthurian.
See, and here's the. You won't be able to read it, but right there is the information about the short story contest that I participated in. So people are reading it right now, hopefully, and maybe they're voting for mine. We'll see.
Would you like this one? There's the Oregon. There's the ladies. You can have whichever one you want.
Trek and toga.
Trek and toga. Long history of togas in Star Trek, so we're having a toga party. I need to get a Oregon. I haven't lately all the ones I've found online are like 3D prints, so they're only like a foot tall.
Right, X5.
That's bigger than a foot. It's like at least.
You want me to proofread it for you? Unfortunately, it's already been submitted, Dragon, so the die is cast. If I end up failing because it's not proofread for some reason,
that was an unfortunate name.
I'll know what failed. No, it's just those who are, I think.
It doesn't live up to its name.
That'll be really funny if I mobilize the Argonauts to vote for my story, but I think you need to be here.
We'd be gone or something.
Yeah, no, you have to have a special balloting card, which kind of makes sense. That'll be a little unfair otherwise.
I love the Arthurian legend that they.
And actually, it's also anonymized, so it's they don't actually know who wrote what. So
I got to see Michael York on stage at Wolf Trap.
She was in an episode of MacGyver, really?
Down here in Virginia.
Interesting.
As Arthur in Camelot.
Interesting.
And I was looking through the playbill, and they left that credit out of his biography, that he had played a character who thought he was Arthur.
So I think I'm going
that
to.
That is one of my favorite.
I think I'm going to take you guys down with me then, and let's take a look for him. How will they know who will win? So it's all like coordinated through some like central database, and then whoever gets, it's like how we do, it's like basically how we do Argonaut Idol. Like once they get through the list, they anonymize it, and the one that gets the most votes is the winner. I think they do first, second, third. So we'll see if we do anything. I'm happy with the story.
And I remember thinking,
all right, let me take you guys with me.
great also to be on stage, as like the Merlin character or something, but he was
All right, first one I'm going to take you to is David Mack. He's on here before.
And the added randomized the order in which the questions are presented, and we randomized the order in which it goes down. So you couldn't just figure it through, you would always be looking at it. And as a result, you got very accurate personality results. And consequently, you could do this.
Wait a second. Sorry about the music.
I wish that was fun. We put a lot of work into that.
Hi, David.
Hello, Greg.
I am streaming on my Twitch channel and randomly trying. So I thought Tim Zong came over and talked to my channel a little bit. So I told him that it's up to you, but I want to know if you'd be willing to answer a question or two for them. I'm literally live streaming it as we speak for my Twitch channel of Peoples.
Are they there?
They are there right now as we speak.
Yeah, why not?
But I won't put you on there until you told me it was okay. All right.
What am I doing?
But you're going to be answering questions. Maybe.
No, I know what I'm doing. I'm just saying, like, look at me. What am I doing?
Yeah, what am I doing right here? So this is David Mack, who is a New York Times best-selling author. I was on a panel with him earlier today, and also has, let me change the camera, a book that I had the pleasure of hearing at a reading at Gen Con, which is The Midnight Front, which just came out and has a lot of buzz. And this is the guy that I'm going to be talking to on Speculate with much more official stuff. So this is David Mack, there we go. So questions for a man who has written for Star Trek, a man who has written tie-in novels in numerous different universes, and now has his first, did I hear you say?
Not first.
First hardcover, though, original novel?
My first hardcover, yeah.
Hardcover, yeah.
My first original novel was The Calling, which came out in 2009.
No, I knew you had others, right, but I know I remember seeing it.
This is my first time in hardcover.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a big triumphant moment.
Yeah, to like open the book and the
open
whole thing.
the bourbon, celebrate.
So tell them the story of what basically the Midnight Front is about. Like, to give them the quick pitch line. I know you've been doing this a million times this week, but
Harry Potter meets Band of Brothers. Lev Grossman's The Magicians meets Inglorious Bastards.
That's pretty much the only thing you would need to know, I think, about that. You talked quite a bit today about the magic system. I was actually really interested in that, by the way. The idea of using specific Renaissance-based demon summonings and things like that to actually create stuff. So I thought that was really neat.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
And that was all James Blish, right?
It was
inspired by?
The idea was inspired by the James Blish novel Black Easter, published in 1968, so 50 years ago. And I read it about 35 years ago, and it both haunted and inspired me ever since. So for much of my writing career, I have wanted to write something that would follow in the tradition of Black Easter. And this book, after many years of work, is the culmination of that long-held dream.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Do you see yourself in books 2 and 3 of this continuing? Like, are you going to leave that? Did you do that part of it basically in book 1, or do you can see yourself continuing to develop and build on the Blish? I don't want to say legacy because it makes it sound like it's not yours.
No. The system of magic is something that we both borrowed from primary sources, which was Renaissance era black magic. Where I differed from Blish in my treatment of the material was I added a cinematic element called yoking, which enables it to be better suited to one-on-one combat.
You were talking about that on the panel today.
Right, making it a more cinematic style of magic. I continue that definitely. That's a key integral part of the magic system, which runs through the entire series. Book 2, which is a very different type of story from book 1, whereas book 1 is a war epic that spans 6 years of combat in the European theater from 39 to 45. Book 2 is a Cold War spy thriller that takes place over a period of about 2 months in early 1954. And I'm currently working on book 3. First of all, book 2 is called The Iron Codex. And book 3, The Shadow Commission, takes place, I'm hoping, over a period of just a few days, immediately following the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963. Very cool. And I'm designing that as a paranoid conspiracy thriller.
Very cool. And you're going to have any tie-over characters, or obviously references, but tie-over characters from book 1 to book 3?
Oh, well, there's a core cast, and one of the key functions of black magic is that sorcerers make deals, usually at the beginning of their magical career, to buy 700 years of life, which slows the aging process dramatically. As a result, even though 10 years may have passed in between stories, the characters will only seem to have aged about a year. Which, by the way, Hollywood makes it ideal for adaptation, because you can shoot season 1 as the World War II epic, and then do season 2, Cold War thing in 54, and you can use all the same cast. And you don't have to old makeup them or anything.
So you got that Netflix? Like, Will Smith is not doing anything anymore. Just send him over to
I'm thinking about you. Help me help you. I'm trying to help you help me, so help me help you.
That's really funny. All right, let's see. Do you guys have a question you want to throw David's way while I've got him? That alone sounds awesome. Well, it is awesome, yeah. Like the Ars Goetia or Goetia?
Yes, exactly. Ars Goetia.
Sounds really interesting. So, what you guys have a question you want to throw at him? Now's the time. Throw this question in David's way.
Or you could just buy me a drink.
Or buy him a drink. Well,
that's a little hard to do remote.
Some of my viewers are from Norway, so that would be kind of difficult.
If only they could wire me credit to the bar right over here and send me drinks.
I did actually. I was talking to someone over there selling a book, and then someone on here said, well, I already bought your book on Audible. So I didn't sell that guy, but I did sell the person in Norway, so that was good.
Yes.
So now's your chance. You got a chance to ask a question about the Midnight Front. What you drinking? All right, there's a
Jim Beam and ginger ale.
Jim Beam and ginger ale. Your thoughts, Rock God? There's always a little bit of a chat delay. Audiobook.
Audiobook is available in 2 formats. There's an Audible format. And then there's the straight-up digital audiobook from Macmillan Digital Audio. If you go to my website, davidmack.pro, this book is right there on the front page, along with click on it and buy links in all 4 formats: hardcover, trade paperback, ebook, and digital audio.
Super neat.
Check it out. And
what do you think? You've had a chance to listen to the audio?
I've listened to a sample. It's read by actor Robert Petkoff, who's read a lot of my Star Trek work. And fortunately, the audio production team got in touch with me while they were producing the audiobook to request pronunciation guidance on things like the names of demons, magic rituals, and specific Latin terminology. And I walked them through it as best I could. So hopefully there'll be a fair degree of accuracy in terms of the names, especially the names of Polish cities, things like that. So we've striven for accuracy as much as possible.
That's really cool that you've been able to actually get someone to work with. I mean, I'm always interested in collaborations and with a voice actor over time, to be able to work with them on different audiobooks. That's pretty neat.
Well, this is fortunately one of those things that Tor has been very good about, and Simon & Schuster, my Star Trek publisher, has also been good about. The audiobook production teams that they've hired have been very good about reaching out to authors and collaborating with us, getting pronunciation guides. And it used to be they would have us write up like a phonetic guide to certain names. But I said, we're in the age of the iPhone. I can just use an audio record function, and I can record myself reading these names for you.
Yeah.
And the producer said, that's even better.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that for the audiobook producers. They send me a list of what they want clarified.
Okay.
I record myself reading the list, and then they share that with the actor.
Yeah, very, very neat. Very neat. That's really cool. Let's see. Oh, all right, one more. When dealing with inspiration, what magic is based on? What is your process for spinning it to be your own?
Well,
you missed our panel where we talked about this very thing.
If only you had been at our panel.
Jay lives in Florida,
so we'll forgive him on this one occasion. What I grafted onto the concept of ceremonial black magic was a concept known as yoking. And the idea of yoking is the sorcerer summons the demon and then by magic bonds it to his or her flesh, and as long as they can hold it in thrall within themselves, the sorcerer can wield the demon's signature powers as if those powers were his or her own. So you call up a fire demon, and for as long as you can hold it inside yourself, you can throw fireballs or squelch fire or do whatever. The downside to this is that holding a demon is a miserable experience, causes headaches, nosebleeds, insomnia, cutting behaviors, hair pulling. As a result, most magicians who do this kind of thing and practice battle magic on a long-term basis, they take opiates or they drink heavily or they chain smoke to quiet the demons in their head, and as a result they wind up as addicts and just generally a mess. And the more demons you hold, the worse it gets. The longer you hold them, the worse it gets. So there is a definite downside, a cost to trying to amass more power in this way.
Is there potential vengeance from the demons if they're released improperly?
Yes, if you don't release them properly with the education to depart, doing harm to none, etc. If you don't dismiss them in the correct way, you risk collateral damage or retribution.
Wow. Okay. So see, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. He just got a sale for Midnight Front on Amazon. See, just bought it right now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, Stump-O-Matic is a great guy. Okay, one last one. Sorry, David. How long did it take before you decided it was good enough to publish? Oh, yeah, because there was actually some
years.
Yeah.
The actual development, the first inkling of the idea happened in 2009. I developed it on my own for about 2 years before I started calling in outside help. And even then, I tinkered with that idea from 2011 to 2013 before realizing I was writing the wrong book and I had the completely wrong focus. I refocused it into a World War II era book around the middle of 2013 and started going in that direction and collaborating with my agent on it. And it wasn't until about 2014, after about 5 years of work, that I felt that the opening 3 chapters and the outline were strong enough to go out into the market in search of a publisher. At that point, once it went out, it got rejected at a number of places before, fortunately, my old friend and longtime editor Marco Palmieri took a chance on me, took a chance on the series, and decided to acquire it as a 3-book deal for Tor. And then working with Marco and my agent, we refined it over time. We rewrote the opening 3 chapters of the book about 6 times.
Wow.
And I think I rewrote the outline 2 or 3 times because there were things that just kept not working. And also it was too long. And then even after all that, all the stuff I thought we had cut down, the first draft manuscript was 200,000 words. And we ended up cutting it by about 40,000 words, which is, about the length of a short novel.
Right.
So I cut a small novel out of my novel.
Did you ever have doubts in this process that it would get there?
Yeah, I thought for sure at some point that Tor would just pull the plug and put me on an ice floe and push me out into the Hudson.
It sounds like you were yoking a demon essentially during the process of doing this.
Well, I figured out that the whole magic system of yoking is actually an allegory for my creative process, and for being any kind of artist, because artists have a long history of a relationship with substance abuse.
Yeah.
So yeah, the magic system in this book is really just a metaphor for my creative process. He says, noticing that his drink is empty.
Noticing his drink is empty, that's right. Bookmarking the Amazon page for the book When I Have Money. Rockhead says, sounds like me without the magic. That's funny. Awesome, cool. All right. Well, I am going to move on down the line and let you go. Thank you, David. And I'll talk to you tomorrow, 1:10, right? Like,
yeah,
for the around the bar.
Yeah, we'll meet out in that area out in front of the bar.
Yeah,
and then we'll figure out a quiet place to chat.
That sounds good. And it'll be me and Mike, who's the co-host, will be there as well. So
sounds
good. Thanks, David. All right. See what I bring you? I bring you people. All right. Let's see if I can get one more here. Who delivered the goods? Where's Aaron? Here's Aaron. All right, guys. I'm going to bring you a good friend of mine. So I am streaming on Twitch right now, and I just talked to Tim Zahn and David Mack, all building up to you, obviously.
Of course.
So this is my friend Aaron Rosenberg, who is a wonderful author and writes way more than I do, because he writes way more than everybody. And so I've been talking to them. David's been talking about Midnight Front, and Tim was talking about Thrawn and about the new books and all that. So I wanted to ask about, I'll have them ask a couple questions. There he is, by the way. But tell me about some of the... I'm just going to show you guys, the ridiculous number. And this is just, a small sample.
Yeah, I only brought a couple books this time. So.
No small bills, Blackout. But, give me a couple of, small pitches on, I don't know, the one that you're most currently proud of, let's say, that you have with you. I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't know, do I know Flood?
No, so these two, Flood and Blackout, are, they're the STEM Squad series, which I wrote for Barron's last year.
Okay.
It's a middle grade series that's aimed at teaching kids STEM.
Okay.
Getting them involved in STEM.
Super cool.
So it's a fun series, it's sort of a fanciful approach. So it's a handful of kids who are moved into this experimental, very hands-on STEM class. So in this book, Flood, they're actually taken to a floodplain that's being flooded. There's a flood
literally being
on,
flooded, okay.
And actually are helping go through the houses, talking to the engineers about here's what you do in a flood, here's how you try to deal with water issues, here's how you try to flood your homes, things like that.
Right.
So it's a little bit on the slightly loose side in terms of legality.
Wow.
But all the science is absolute. All the science is really real.
Okay.
All the people they talk to, there's real jobs. And then there's study guides and things in the back, this glossary
cool.
stuff like that. Yeah, so it's actually aimed at sort of an educational market.
Nice, that's super cool.
Yeah, that's really fun to do.
And he wrote, Aaron has done a lot of tie-in stuff as well, so he's got the Warhammer there. He also did for Warcraft, and Star Trek, and Starcraft, Stargate Atlantis. Has also written for role-playing games for a long time. In fact, Aaron and David, who you just heard, played in my Night at the Forbidden Library, which you guys saw stream, and they will be hopefully playing in the follow-up, which is Return to the Forbidden Library this Gen Con. So yes. What is Demon based on? Oh, Hour of the Demon, you mean? Do you mean Hour of the Demon, J-Rep? This is actually from a while back, I think. But
it is. This is the third book in my Warhammer trilogy, and it's about a pair of adventurers, a sort of gentleman adventurer and his bodyguard / sidekick best friend, who gets sucked into this quest to deal with this cursed artifact that has the risk of summoning a demon into our world.
Okay. And the Warhammer, I actually have never asked you this question. Out of all of the many, many properties that you've written tie-ins for that you can talk about, which one of them, is there one in particular that you really you liked? I'm sure you liked all of them, but that really kind of grabbed you? Warcraft, Warhammer, Starcraft, Stargate Atlantis, any of the tie-in stuff?
Honestly, I have to say probably my favorite is Eureka. So I did 2 novels for Eureka. They're not written under my name, but it's an open pen name, so we were allowed to talk about the books that we wrote them and things like that.
See, I know other books that he wrote, but I'm not allowed to tell you what they are.
Exactly, right. There are those I can't talk about. But I was already a fan of the TV show when I wrote the books. So, and that was great fun because getting into those characters' voices, if you ever see the show, they have very distinctive voices, especially the lead character, Sheriff Carter. So getting to hear that voice, one, made it really easy to write, but also just so much fun to take those characters who I had known and watched for
Yeah.
I think it was up to 3rd season when I wrote those. So, you know, I'd already seen 3 seasons worth of them and got to play with them.
That's awesome.
So that was really exciting.
Did you ever do a Farscape or not? Or was that? I know Keith did Farscape. Yeah, I knew about that. Yeah. But I wasn't sure. All right, you guys have a question you want to throw Aaron's way? Now's the time. I already love this guy, they say. I already love this guy. Eureka was an awesome show, Dragon Spear says, but not as much as Farscape. Well, Farscape, especially the first 3 seasons of Farscape were amazing. 4th season, it kind of jumped the shark a little bit. But first 3 seasons were great. All right, so throw a question his way. Farscape hype, yeah. As the chat delay, as we wait for the chat delay, what have you got coming out, Ted?
So actually,
you always have something coming out next, but...
Well, okay, so this book is an occult thriller.
Okay.
My friend David Neal Wilson and I created a series called Occult, which is sort of X-Files meets Mission Impossible.
Awesome.
A loosely knit team that goes out and works with local law enforcement to deal with situations that are beyond the norm. They can be anything from aliens to killer robots to ancient mystics, etc. And this is one of the first books in this series. My next book in the series, Digging Deep, is my next novel coming out, which should be out in about 2 months, I think.
Okay.
It's set in New York and deals with something coming up from deep under subways.
Okay.
And starting to wreak havoc. And so they send in several of their experts to try to figure out what's going on and deal with it.
Awesome. Super cool. We have one question, which is, what do you think Farscape's impact has been? I assume on literature, on the landscape.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I have not heard that question before either.
You know, I think it really sort of legitimized the sense of whimsy that's possible. You know, just first of all, the fact that you have you know, people alongside, you know,
the Jim Henson puppets,
puppets or puppets. But you know, also that sense that you could play around a little bit, that you could have that, but also still have a really dark side too.
Yeah.
So there's that whimsy, but it didn't have to be completely like slapstick and silly. It could also be very dark and very serious.
Right.
And then have those interjections of humor. And you see that a lot in a lot of fiction and a lot of genre, but not as much on the sci-fi shows, not as much on the space opera shows and the like.
Right.
So I think that really was interesting.
That's a good answer. Would you ever do a visual novel or game?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I would love to do graphic novels. I've come close a couple of times,
right?
But unfortunately, none of them have actually taken yet. But I mean, I think very visually. So, like, when I plot out scenes in my head, and I see them unfolding on the screen, essentially. So, I would love to actually work with an artist to put things down. I'm hoping to maybe do, like, I'd love to do a Duck Mob graphic novel at some point. I think Duck Mob would do very well.
Yeah, would be well suited for sure. Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's because Aaron and I shared a publisher because we both had short stories that came out in Assance in the Library, which those are the same folks that did Icarus, and Aaron's heard me talk about things with Icarus before. Which Warhammer have you written for, Fantasy, 40K, or both? Fantasy.
Yeah, I actually wrote, I did part of the actual RPG for when they were with Fantasy Flight Games.
Right.
And then I actually wrote the trilogy, and the second book in the trilogy is actually tied directly into a supplement that I wrote for when it was at Green Ronin, called Lure the Lich Lord, which was really interesting because the second book is a dungeon crawl. So I got to develop the entire dungeon for the supplement, write that up as a supplement, and then actually take my characters through it for the novel.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Because Aaron's been doing this for a long time, like 20 years, so... I'm like watching, it's like watching Castle's Circle of Writers. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. No, Aaron's a good guy and knows a lot about writing. So, all right. Well, I'm going to let him go and sell more books. And I will chat with you tomorrow-ish?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks, Aaron. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Aaron also and I drive out every year to Columbus, Ohio, except when I'm sick and puking up a lung. That's not happening this time. Good. So, yeah. So we'll be doing it again.
Because usually we are ridiculous on the
It is ridiculous. And it's funny. That's actually true because you could do IRL in this, so we'll talk. Thanks, Aaron. All right, cool. There we go. So see? All right, I'm going to bring you guys around and then come back to my station. Here we go. We got all kinds of posters. Ooh, that's a good one. Resist We Must. Vader's fist, tough and proud of it. Slytherin, or perhaps in Slytherin you'll make your real friends. Those cunning folk use any means to achieve their ends. Earl Grey, hot. House Stark, obviously. Boldly go where no one has gone before. Join Starfleet today. It's good stuff. All right. Now we'll swing back. So we'll slide down this way. Ah, okay. This guy, Eric Bakudis, wrote for ZeniMax and for Elder Scrolls Online. So that guy does that. David again. And let's see. All right. That was a Firefly poster. Okay. All right. Journey comes to an end.
Oh yeah. Like I said, that's a lot of the research that goes into it.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah, this whole ending battle.
All right. I'm gonna hit him up for two things. I just saw him. He vanished already? Oh, there he is. I'm going to try one more. I'm going to see if I can follow him and track him down. Okay. Hello, Eric. How are you?
Hey, man. How's it going?
I'm doing very well. I am streaming on my Twitch channel as we speak, and I've been talking to authors.
Yes.
And I wanted to go over and hit you up because I have more than one person who plays Elder Scrolls Online.
I can't talk officially.
I know you can't talk officially about anything, but all right. So this is Eric Bakudis, and Eric and I have been on panels together and actually exchanged books 2 years ago or something like that at Farpoint. Let's look at you right now. So there he is right there. So if you guys have questions, you can't officially talk about anything, but while they're waiting to come up with questions, tell me about recent books and things like that that you have coming out.
Well, so this is my new book. It's basically the best Star Wars ripoff since The Force Awakens.
Nice.
Describe it.
Nice.
Basically, it's about a guy named Hayden Cross. He's an investigator for what's basically the Galactic Empire, but not.
Okay.
And he basically is trying to stop an interplanetary war while obviously mocking everyone else.
Outstanding.
So that's kind of his MO.
Outstanding.
So yeah, he starts off, he's been working for Supremacy for 15 years because these, terrorists blew up his wife, and that made him very angry.
Yes.
Of course, at the start of the book, he finds out maybe they killed her, and maybe she's still alive, so that's where he goes off and tries to solve that mystery.
Okay.
And then from there, everything spirals into chaos and failure.
Very cool. So, and a Dueling Planets novel, which indicates more are in the offing?
There will be more.
So there will be more?
This is the first one, yeah.
All right.
Essentially, I wanted something that was basically as easy to understand as like Star Wars. Wars and the stars. And I'm like, planet. That sounds great. But yeah, my plan is actually each of the books is kind of self-contained to an extent, kind of like the Marvel movies.
Right.
So the next book in the series is set in the same world, but we'll have different main characters.
Awesome.
That's part of the reason I decided to title it the series, so that even if the title is the same, it's the same.
Okay, cool.
And eventually, 4 or 5 books in, I'm probably going to have a crossover where there's like maybe something like a Sun Tzu or a Death Crusher.
And the nice thing, and you won't have rights divided between 3 different groups and everything, so it'll be. So one of my viewers asked, how long have you been writing for ZeniMax and ESO?
Okay, so just disclaimer, so that has nothing to do with it.
Right.
So I've actually been for about 10 years, less than 10 years. And they don't.
Right. Since before they launched is the answer to that. They are all right now like, that's awesome, looks cool. So anyway, these poor guys have been like, here, have this author, like, what questions, what, where? So, okay, now this one I remember, and I believe you gave me, although this is a different cover though, isn't it? Cliff Finder? I'm almost positive that's not the same cover. I had one that, because the book that I had that you gave me was smaller. It was sort of a smaller paperback, I believe. But anyway, talk to me about this series.
Yeah, well, basically it's a fantasy series. It's actually complete. It's a full trilogy. The first book is essentially standalone. The second two, pick up some loose threads from the first book and resolve those over the next two.
Right.
But each of the books focuses on a different character. They're all obviously we follow the same characters throughout, but a different one of these three women is the central character in each one. Basically because of the Die Hard 2 syndrome.
Right.
There's that great line in Die Hard 2 where he's running to the airport and yells, "After the same guy twice."
Right.
So I wanted to do a story where the stakes are kind of personal to each one of them, and and the second book, the stakes are really personal to Jillis, who's actually an antagonist in the first book. And in the third book, Sarah, who's one of the first parents, one of her friends, essentially ends up in hell and has to get out.
So these are all, they are connected then to each other, although not the same character.
In the sense that this story pretty much concludes with the point where there's some loose threads, kind of like Star Wars, where you're like, okay, that was cool, but then this is definitely Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Where, lots of bad stuff happens, but it's all resolved. There's no Ewoks in this one. It's more like...
Well, listen, I'm out, okay? If there's no...
It's more like giant, rock-eating worms that fly,
like you do.
You can actually die, so you come back in a new body. So you can be tortured to death repeatedly.
Okay.
It's a good time.
That's lovely. They say this is awesome. And he said, but I have many ESO questions. Well,
yes.
It says you might be able to answer them if they're not too specific.
Well, so the issue is that I can't cross promote.
I see.
Yeah, so
can I do a sort of type of thing where I separate them? Yeah, so I don't want to put him in a bad spot by doing that, but cool. And the response to this has been pretty good so far. Would you say, Supremacy Shadow? The response to this has been pretty good. Have you felt good about the?
I've actually had about 45 authors or administrators who read it, and they've all said, in my day. So everybody seems to like it so far.
Awesome.
And even if people don't, hopefully they'll find something.
Yeah, awesome.
But yeah,
awesome.
basically the genre is, I'm kind of pitching it as Grimsnark.
Grimsnark?
Yes, because it is very much
outstanding.
Explosions, but there's also an incredible sarcasm.
Good.
Hayden, who is the main character, is very jaded and to the point that he's commenting on things in a way that you would expect him to comment on.
Well, I feel like that's a term whose time has come. Frankly, I think that's we're living in that timeline actually. So I think that's fine. Cool. All right. Well, this is cool. Thank you, Eric, for talking to us. I saw you walking away, and I wanted to grab you while I had a chance. So, but thanks, Eric. I appreciate it. I'll see you around here. It is officially on Twitch. Yes, I'll actually post it on my YouTube channel later as well, because I talk about story and narrative. What a shock on my channel, and do creative writing streams and stuff like that. So, definitely. I will try to remember to send you a link, but it'll be up there on Twitch, in the next hour. But on YouTube when I get home, probably after this weekend. So, yeah. So thank you, sir. All right. Thanks, man. Cool. You would read it on Grimsnark alone? Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. All right. Now I think I've gathered together my group of authors, and so, good. I've gathered together all these people. The only one I haven't gotten is Keith, but every time I go to say hi to Keith, he's got 20 people around him hugging him, because that's what Keith is. That's what Keith is all about. All right. Okay. This guy, Dave, never showed up, so I had the whole team myself.
Yeah.
All right.
Nav Press.
Is Terry Goodkind there? No.
Press, yeah.
And it's a good thing, because I wouldn't be interviewing him.
So widely popular, the editor that rejected
Any chance Jim Butcher is there? No, I've been on a panel with Jim Butcher, though. I've interviewed him for Speculate. Jim's a nice guy. Jim told us this great story that is on our Good, Bad, and Ugly segments we do on Patreon about, I don't want to tell you what it's about because it's supposed to be if you support at a certain level, they don't otherwise. But I'll just say it has to do with breaking down in, I believe, Minnesota while he was on the way to a plane to fly to New York for a very important career moment. It's a funny story. But yeah, I've been on panels with Jim. Jim's a good guy, but he is not here. Check under the table. Dave might be a computer. Which Dave? What do you mean? David Mack? Another Dave? Who is Terry Goodkind? He's a hack. And no, I mean, most of the time, whoever people want to like is fine. It's just he happens to be an insufferable hack because he's a hack and he's arrogant and obnoxious and is just a terrible, terrible writer. I have a whole rant about this. Yeah, I have a whole rant about the Goodkind thing. It's one of the few authors that I'm like that about. There's a couple, really only maybe one or two, but pretty much just he's the main one because, you know, if an author is not to my taste, I'm not going to say anything about them. It's just not only is he not to my taste, he's also an obnoxious, arrogant person on top of being a lousy writer. So, open the pod bay doors. Dave is outside. Yes, exactly, Shadowed, and a Randian objectivist. Which enough said. Oh, that Dave. I don't think I can let you. You can't do that, Dave. You talk about Hal, though. You talk about Hal. Can't let you do that, Dave. Oh, man.
That was a Holiday Inn.
All right, so we got ourselves about 20 minutes,
Now, I
roughly speaking.
did not attend that one, but I heard stories. But, I mean, if that Holiday Inn could handle it, this place couldn't handle it. Yeah.
He's a Randy objectionist, yeah. He is that. He's so bad. Really, Jay? He's just like, even if you look at the pictures of the books that he's on, like his picture has him like he's got the ponytail, he's got like his arms folded, and he's like, unlike some fantasy writers, I don't need cats to feel worthy. And it's like, what? Shut up, pretentious jerk. Oh man, I remember buying, before I knew anything about him, I bought Wizard's First Rule, and I remember reading it. It is the most pretentious, like, Oh, you reversed it. I see. Fire is evil. That is the stupidest speech. Does he have a bare chest? No, but you know what though, dude? That's what he would like to be. Oh God. They're doing Sweet Caroline now. You would like to meet Tad Williams to get your Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn book signed. Tad Williams. I've never actually met Tad. I feel like I've been at a con where he's been, but I've never actually met Tad face to face. Trying to think. I've interviewed Terry Brooks. I've met Terry Brooks, and which was really cool because I remember as a kid I loved the Shannara. I always thought it was Shannara, but apparently it's Shannara. But the Shannara books, so I love Sword of Shannara and Elfstones of Shannara and all those books. So he's a really interesting interview, actually. Very upbeat guy. Very much not grimdark.
Is it legal? I don't know.
Right. True that, Jay. I don't even know if I knew that was what your name was from, Kilobyte. That's cool. Yeah, Piers Anthony. Mything Persons.
Of which you've had
Myth Adventures. Yeah, Piers Anthony. Sweet Caroline. Oh man, it's closing in on midnight. Shannara, right? It's Shannara. That's the way you pronounce it. So, yeah, he was the guest of honor at Gen Con, like at the Writers' Symposium 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe. So,
How much did the bourbon go for?
you can hear it in the background. So yeah.
Never had too many books. And they don't, only if they follow them.
It's a little better than doxing. Yeah. Well, listen, they're having a good time. They're committed, so that's cool. The music choices were interesting
now.
though.
Put out these full-size tables, but both here and upstairs in the dealers area. I was at MarsCon last month with the 18-inch and my big rack would collapse and rake me. I mean, I was like bleeding all over the field.
Yeah, you know what? He was really excited by that
Yeah.
MTV series too. When we interviewed him a couple years ago, it was just before it was supposed to come out, and he was like really high on it. He was talking about how great it was going to. He was really excited, and it just didn't.
Some people don't
I think the problem was MTV thought they could just put a fantasy book on and it would automatically become Game of Thrones, and you got to sell it. And also, genre is not Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
it's very different feel.
Well, everybody
so you
wants what
can't
they
sell it like it's Game of Thrones because it's not the same kind of thing. So. Yeah, kilobyte. It's like what David was talking about with
I'm
pronunciation.
trying to be politic here, okay?
Yeah.
20 more minutes. And then
Yeah, we do some of that stuff actually with Trendane. Trendane asked me to pronounce some of the words in my book in Gray Shade, so I did that, so I could actually get some of the names done properly. He's pretty good at pronunciations anyway, but that was just to make sure. So yeah.
Or something, somewhere. Or maybe I saw it online. I saw it somewhere.
I didn't see it online either. Oh, the stories may be available through Sunday.
Oh, that's what it was. But the voting, the voting stops tomorrow. So I got to keep reading here.
Yes, read. Vote.
I've got through the first two.
All right.
Do you have a sense, Steve, how many people are actually voting? Like when, do you know
more than
up-to-date
2
stats? More than 2, all right.
Because I can see that many ballot cards in the ballot box.
So that's the Polynesian numbering system. The Polynesian numbering system was 1, 2, or many.
Many.
So you got many people
Yeah, I
voting.
wish. The main goal for me is that we get enough votes that I don't have to rely on the committee for any tie breaks or me as final adjudicator. Now, when I did read the stories, I anonymized as best as I could. I actually genuinely forgot who wrote about half of them when I was reading them.
Yeah, okay.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's
the idea
good.
was for me to have a fresh look. I did my voting differently. I did it on kind of a 1 to 10 system of what, and with notes of why I like certain things.
Yeah.
Because I'm the final tiebreaker.
You're the arbiter.
I just wish there had been some editing done.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good point. And one of the things I chose was I was not touching people's stories.
Oh no, and it would not have been your point.
One of the things that you can see when you read all the stories, you can see the people who are writers, and you can see the people who are writer editors. Which was kind of funny in some ways, but since the sense of this is really about the story, and
it's hard to get a good.
I genuinely only found one sentence in any of the stories that absolutely made me go, what do they really mean in this sentence? Oh, okay, here's some extra words that didn't go.
I had a problem with, in one of the stories I've read so far, one of the characters' names was changing.
Yes, and
I'm like,
actually one
That's
person
unfortunate.
delivered the story and then a meeting, and then the next day wrote me back and said, oh, by the way, I forgot to fix all the character names, so they sent me a new copy with everything fixed.
Okay, but that didn't get it. Well, maybe somebody else had.
That one did.
That one did, but there
because
okay.
that was before the due date and everything else. But what happened was the due date was really solid because I had to get myself read. I had to put it in so then I had to be able to look at everything without without it being anonymized.
Right.
So that I could then anonymize everything to design a reasonable way of carrying it out, because I knew I was going to have like 8.5 by 11 paper, but you can't read that. So I had to come up with a decent 2-column and make everything fit and be decent.
Well, I'm reading it online
so that I could then
on
get
my
it
phone.
to the committee.
Yeah.
So the committee had a week plus because of the first tiebreak, and then also
so the
to
committee
then get
was
it.
already voted. Oh, okay.
Very few of the
Okay.
But they only get brought in if there's not enough of the public votes, right? Like
Well, what it is, if there's a tie, I go to the committee.
Right, okay.
And if the committee hasn't voted on a story at that point, I'll use my system.
Gotcha.
But I'm trying to be honest, broker about the whole thing. Trying to keep it anonymous, trying to be fair about how people vote and all that.
Yeah.
If people don't send me edited stuff, it's not going to be my job, because then they may, people could get cranky and change stuff. I don't want to do that.
Right.
So
We talk about the contest.
They get so, and that factors into the vote for some of us.
But the other part is, I don't think anybody's story got hurt by even the name. That wasn't. We all knew that was the same character, but one letter.
Right, but if it's a decision for me between
and that is a totally legitimate way of looking at it. As a writer, you're like, wow, what's the quality? Yep.
I do, Jay.
Yep. If there are two stories that I like pretty equally,
I have a few of these anthologies that are just like that. I'm probably in about 6 or 7 anthologies actually like that.
That's going to be my tiebreaker.
Totally, and that's absolutely legit.
Yeah.
So the whole point was to try and keep it light.
Yeah, keep it fun.
Yep. You normally can.
Not many people down because one of the things I didn't want to be sucking time out of writing for guests.
Yeah.
Okay. And
right.
First of all, there's that. There are many professional writers here who don't have time to do this silliness. So there's no pressure if people didn't want to join.
Right.
I'm shocked at how many people did. I'm thrilled. It does make it hard for people to read all of them.
Yeah.
And it's making me think about next year maybe we wind up with a 2-layer thing where we reduce down a bit.
Like maybe make the committee
a jury for the first
round, and then the public votes on the finalists.
Have 5 stories.
Makes sense.
That's a good way of
that would be a reasonable next step to this. But the idea is then, also make sure everybody understands the rights are there.
Yeah.
That they get the addition of, if they want to publish as a short story, they can use the photo.
Right.
And that's it. We didn't get, it's not pages and pages of legalese. It's yours. Thanks for loaning it to us. And next year we get to put it in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I spent
Is that all the entries are going in the program
book,
or just the winner? Is the winner going in the program book?
No, top 3.
Top 3, okay.
I have trophies for first, second, and third, and we will put them in the book.
Cool.
And
cool beans.
And it's also the option if everybody who entered says, "Wow, we should do something with it." All yours to go do it. Put together an anthology. Go ahead. I would suggest that.
Over here that is over there.
But
what's up, Berta?
I'm hoping everybody. I hope everybody is satisfied with what comes out. I hope I don't turn around the corner and find that somebody's ripped off the ballot box. And I hope that everybody who's supposed to have gotten a ballot gets one, or goes back to wherever they got their badge and say, "Hey, I need one."
Right. So the voting is by that little card.
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah, I thought for about a
Nice, Bernie.
100th of a second about doing online voting and said, "Nope, not going to do that."
Well, it's easy to fake. And
look, everyone, this
I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to do security that I'm happy with.
Now.
Since my business is cybersecurity, I don't want to have to.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to audit myself.
Right.
Whereas I tried to make things difficult enough on the ballot cards that they aren't just like
in there.
And like, I asked for people's badge numbers, but that's not to like trace anything. That's just to say, how badge
This is the guy who's the head of the authors track who's talking about the contest. So that's who I'm speaking to.
You guessed I had randomized.
Congratulations, Bernie. You like it? Do you like the PC?
And it also prevents duplication, or reduces duplication. Yeah, it's hard to
Because
prevent.
when I go and tally the votes tomorrow night, I don't think I'm writing both numbers down. If I happen to notice a whole bunch that have the same number,
then things might.
then I have a problem.
Maybe she's like, wow.
I have to go double check at that time. So.
You are tired. Wham! With that poor cup.
Yeah.
It's about the level of my strength.
Well, we got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes.
10 minutes and then y'all have to sit in as long as I'm done.
Yeah.
That's my duty.
Yeah, we got about 10 minutes to go, guys, and then we will wrap up as the book fair gets wrapped up as well.
She does that fairly often, but it was like...
I got one.
How's Becky doing? Becky, I heard that she found her grandma.
We like her better. We like him a lot. So you like Ryan?
Yesterday. She's one doing backstage. Becky, I don't know her last name. She's managing backstage. She found her grandmother deceased.
If all goes well, I am Kilobyte. Yeah, the internet connection in my hotel room is garbage. It's like 1.3 down, like 1.5 up. It's pretty bad. But I've streamed with that before, so it'll be real low quality, but we'll muddle through best we can.
Everything to make y'all have a chance to sell books.
Yeah.
They have to travel back to her, and she wants to go to Japan.
Just became a.
Well, yeah, she's working at.
Probably Pool of Radiance, Kilobyte. Probably continuing Pool of Radiance. Everything else is actually locked down. Masters of the Dungeon is locked down. That's going to be Tuesday the 20th. We locked down Adventures in Middle Earth. We got one more session of that. The 2 Infinity Beyond sessions. We're going to have 5 out of 6. Cairo's out this month because he's going to be away. But we're going to have 5 out of 6 for the 17th and maybe 4 out of 6 for the 24th. So we'll see. Yes, new announcement about Esper Genesis probably tomorrow is going to be when we tease out some more information about the players. We're not going to be revealing the names, but some little clues about the players. And then next Friday will be the official announcement of the player list. And it's a really good player list. And then the week after that, obviously, is the debut Esper Genesis stream. So that's all locked in. Infinity Beyond's locked in. Masters of the Dungeon is locked in. This Tuesday, we're going to have nominations for Chat Chosen Game of the Month. The Arvocalis already went. I was really happy with how the Arvocalis session went. Bonnie was great, so I was really happy. She was a really good addition to the group. So yeah, so I'm feeling good about that stuff. And I'll have a couple of creative writing streams in there, continuing to work on Winnie and Wormwood, my middle grade novel. So. Oh, cool. All right, cool. Thank you, Kelbyte. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Awesome.
Yeah, and was like working 12-hour days.
That video is going to be awesome.
And voice program collapsed.
What? Someone leaked? Someone better not be leaking. There better not be any leaks. We run a tight ship.
You're in a dysfunction state.
I run the Mueller investigation, right? That's what I'm about. The Mueller investigation of leaks. Yeah, that was great. Nice, Jay. Yeah, I was really happy with it. Have we seen any of them before? Yes. You have seen some of them before, but not necessarily on my channel, and maybe not even necessarily on Twitch. But you will have seen these people somewhere. Yes. Yeah, agree. Kilobyte, agree. I was trying to do that for a while, but I just did. That was all Russ. I mean, I said to Russ that I was hoping to get somebody, and he had somebody for me within 3 days. She was perfect. She also was really good. Like, besides the fact she was really nice, she was just really good. She just fit perfectly. So, and I think the game worked really well. I think Trails in the Sky, second chapter, once we got through those tech problems, were pretty good. So, it was good. It was good. But yeah, I'm really excited about Esper Genesis, and I'm excited about that. I'm excited about AME. Adventures in Middle Earth has been going awesome. Infinity Beyond has been great. So I got no complaints. And you guys realize that we are only about 2.5. No, that's not right. March. We're about 3 months away from ARFCon. We are about 3 months away from ARFCon. So this year we're going to try to break $2,500. The goal this year is $2,500 to the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. So that's what's happening. Yeah, I hope that BB will have time again, Rock, but it just is what it is. So in the meantime, yeah, man, Phantasy Star and Mass Effect.
Too often.
Stump.
We're in a stage in our life where it's not.
You're the kind of person that authors never want to cut off. Like, you're the man. You're the type of person we're like, yeah, that's what it's about. ARVCon Mark III, hell yeah. ARVCon's gonna be legit. ARVCon's gonna be a lot of role playing this year. I want to have a big special event if I can Saturday. We're gonna have the concert again for sure, and a big marathon session on Sunday. So yeah, you need to email me about ARVCon. Yeah, man, hit me up. Hit me up about ARVCon because I want ARVCon 2018 to break the records. I want it to break 2,500. And I hope this year that Damon Runyon will make it easier for people to use PayPal and or contribute internationally, because that was one limitation. I don't want to be the middleman anymore for these things. I want people to be able to donate directly to it. So yeah, that's what we want to do. Yep. Yeah, well, because I mean, we have a lot of international viewers, and like they came in, you know, as I said, we hit just under $2,200 last year, and my goal, or right around $2,100, I think, $2,100 last year. So this year I want to break 2,500, and you know, it's too early to start lining up sponsors, but when we get into March, probably mid to late March, I'll start lining up corporate sponsors. I'll see what I can do about the musicians. You know, and I'm going to try to bring back my crew. I should be able to get, I think, Jordan. Should be able to get Matt, Chrono Wolf again. Should be able to get Super Guitar Bros again, I think. They couldn't do it last year. But we'll see. Definitely, I want to try to get Tall Heights, but it's hard. They're blown up, so it's hard to get a hold of them. But, you know, we'll try. But yeah, I mean, I always like ArvCon, and I feel like that's one of the events that I'm proudest of all year because of who it's for. So, yeah. Yes, for a giveaway, right, Rock God? Oh my God! Now they're doing Imagine. It was for a giveaway, right, Rock God? Am I right? Am I right? I'm right. I think it's for a giveaway, right? Because I remember talking to you about it.
Actually being surprised when like the reviews were originally started getting people on hold fast paced, because in my mind I was like,
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yes, I do remember that, and yeah, that would be awesome, for sure. And actually, probably I might tap my not so secret crew, who has not yet been revealed to all of you, for help with ArvCon, specifically with subdividing. Like, I'll approach the companies, but being able to subdivide gifts and say, like, we're going to do this giveaway, like I did last year. I was glad we did it, but it was a lot of work to set it up. So I'd like to be able to get some assist on that. So we'll see.
very strong daddy issues. I mean, they probably have mommy issues too.
All right. Well, so it is just about 12 o'clock. So they're going to start breaking things down. So I am going to let you wonderful people go. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun, and we got a chance to interview Tim Zahn and David Mack and Aaron Rosenberg and Eric Bertuis. So we got some good people in there, and sold a couple books and stuff. So it was fun hanging out with you guys. I'm glad that this worked. So tomorrow I'll be back at you guys in the evening. Might be a little later. Might be like 8 p.m. And it is somewhat dependent on the internet. If I can't get the internet to work, that's not going to happen. So just be aware. But I'm going to try to do the best I can. So hopefully we'll get it to work. But if not, then please understand. But otherwise, yeah, I will do that. And then I'm going to see you guys, of course, Tuesday at noon for Eastern for the continuation of Adventures in Middle-earth. But that's going to be it for me. So thanks, everybody. You guys know how to support the stream. Please follow. Please, if you haven't done so, thunderclap, 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 thunderclap. Okay, that's good. Thanks, Shadow. I will talk to them about it. I will ask them. Yeah, that's a good call. I'll try it. I mean, I can't promise, but thanks, man. So thunderclap, guys. Please, please, please go to do the thunderclap, because that thunderclap is really important. We've got about 51 people, so we're over halfway there. But let's keep it up and say, hey, Keith. We got.
Hey, I know that.
Wait, I got one more. See, just before I left, I'm streaming on my Twitch channel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I was no, you're not interrupting. I was
Mom.
I was going to have you pop by before. So this is Keith the Canado, who did the script for this and did an amazing job.
You just knocked the CD over.
And knocked my CD over. No, I knocked my CD over, but did an amazing job. And Keith is a grand master of tie-in work. The grand master of it.
Sure.
Super legit.
Not the. There's like 10 of them.
No. No one reaches the level. How have you been? Like, what's on? They probably know of you from like 6 million things that you've written, but like what? as of late, like, what is the most cool thing that you're super excited about? That you want to tell them about?
I'm just about to finish up an urban fantasy novel, an original urban fantasy novel called A Furnace Sealed, which is the first in a series of books about a nice Jewish boy from the Bronx who hunts monsters. I'm almost done with that. That should be out later this year from Wordfire Press. I'm going to have the next book of my Precinct series, which is my fantasy police procedural series. I got a new publisher for that because the old publisher kind of fell apart. From Espex Books, who is the publisher of whom is back there and just said woohoo very loudly. They're going to be reissuing the previous books, and then we'll put out the next book. And there's something else I'm excited about, but I can't talk about it yet because it hasn't been talked about publicly yet. It's going to be really cool.
It's going to be really awesome.
It's another tie-in book.
Okay.
There's probably some other stuff too, but I can't remember it because it's midnight on Friday night and I've been drinking and I'm tired.
Which is understandable.
And also there's volume 2 of Icarus.
Right. Yes. Yes. Which is yes. Yes. More details of that to come.
Indeed. And I also with the same Icarus was put together by Comic Mix. And the same people who did that just put out a comics anthology called Mine, which is Planned Parenthood benefit anthology.
Oh wow!
And I am one of the 957 people who contributed to that.
Oh my goodness!
It's Neil Gaiman contributed to it.
Wow.
Gail Simone, Mark Wade, and a bunch of other people much less famous like me. And but it's all. I did a story actually with a fellow martial artist. Who's also a black belt in the same discipline that I'm a black belt in, and he's an artist and I'm a writer. We were looking for a project to do together, and this is perfect. So it's called In Defense of Self, and it's a story about about how empowering learning how to defend yourself physically can be.
Okay.
Very nice.
So
I like that.
That's really neat. That's really
that's available.
Cool.
That's on sale now.
And that's on sale now. And all this stuff, by the way, or 90% of it. 90% of it is available on Amazon.
The Precinct books aren't yet because, like I said, we're switching publishers.
Right,
so
but they will be.
They will be
soon.
But yeah, I think
Okay, but also and or in your favorite bookstores. No, but Keith is really a pro. Like the work that he did on Icarus as for the script was really excellent, and you will see more of it when we get book 2 out. So, all right, I was signing off. Do you have a second to talk after I sign off from you? Okay. So I'm going to sign off. That's Keith DeCandido. He's awesome. And bye, you guys. I'm going to catch you guys soon. But I'm going to head off because I have to talk to you about some stuff. So I'll see you guys later tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye.
They do have the